Alrighty. So here I want to talk about a certain book. Well, what I'm going to do is basically, as usual, make questions because I'm a crazy person that loves making questions. Yay! Even though I'm a crazy student, that I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, so I read volume one, and apparently this one has like three volumes. Which okay, I'm gonna have to read all three of them. Mainly because once you start something, you can't end it. Oh yeah, you cannot end a book with a cliffhanger. So what I read was Mansfield Park. Let me see if I can actually spell it without actually having to look at it again. I think that's correct. So I knew something was weird. There's an S in between. Okay, so I've done it. So and how I'm gonna actually do this, I don't know. But as usual, there's gonna be part one, part two, part three, part four of right questions. And there, at this time, I think we're just gonna do A, B, and C on all four of them because I'm evil. I'm just joking. Um, well, some people might object to it being too adjective, but I don't think. I mean, yeah, some of this part is adjective, yes. But in reality, if you're careful enough, it's not really that adjective. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a true or false question. No, nah. What? Which of these events actually happen in volume one of Mansfield Park? Well, let's make half true, half lie. I have to think about this. There are going to be five answer choices as usual. Just as a reminder, I'm not a professional. I'm just a crazy kid that loves doing this for fun. So let's do it. And let's make sure this is a torturous question. All right. I'm pure evil. Just joking. So first thing I'll decide is this one being the right answer. So I'll highlight it because there's no reason not to. As soon as I figure out how to highlight here. Oh wait a minute, I need to figure out how to do that. You know what? I don't actually know how to highlight, so I'm just gonna do a text bar over here and say D. It's gonna be the answer. If I can use it properly. Alright, so D is the answer. Why don't we talk about the play? Because there was a play, and let's make it really confusing. I have to think of the confusing questions so I can there's partial credit if I was a professor on this subject, I would be totally evil and make some partial credit for some of them, but I would make them really hard to understand. And yes, if I was an evil person, I'm joking. So if they read the book, this one should be very simple and easy. Because yeah, there was literally a whole section where they argued about which which play they should play. I believe, right? So the B one is gonna be Tom propose to make the play at Maine's Field Park, which is correct. It's correct. But I'm gonna make it evil and say and something that's completely not true and makes no sense if you actually read the whole thing. So volume one because that's the man, this thing is long. Volume two, volume three. Wow. Well, yeah, you can obviously tell why this is wrong. I hope, but this part is correct, which I'm just hoping they lower it, which means there's partial credit on that because they should be. At this point, why not just go crazy and just say had a clown costume for some reason? Even though this is like the old times that they thought they were proper, they had to have proper etiquette. Well, alright, fine. Everyone had proper etiquette. Everyone had proper manners, which that's too overgeneral, and it doesn't make sense with the context because I mean it does make sense. It's just that what is proper manners? You haven't defined it. From different time periods, it could be different. So it could be correct. I would lean on no because there was some talk about their disputing the proper manners that some people had. Like, oh, that's not proper manners. You need to fix that. Oh, that's wrong. There was something like that. That intuitively would have been like, what? Uh, that I don't get it. I don't. That doesn't match up. It shouldn't have matched up. But there's also there's partial credit for that too. I need to think of two more. So okay. So a marriage is about to begin the story, and it is not to be so easy because I mean there was if they only read the first few pages of volume one, they will say that there's a marriage, or they could infer that, but this is completely nonsense because they were a well mannered group of individuals with the likes the world has never seen. I exaggerated hyperbole because that makes no exact sense, and C should be like automatically out. If they read it, actually, probably still have partial credit because I did say something correct about the opening having like, yeah, but that's still technically wrong. But I digress. Okay, number E would be just stupidly silly. The book is about cakes, and if they chose that, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're dead to me. Just joking. All right. Now, what question should I ask next? Well, let me think. Okay, actually, I have an idea. How is the theme of womanhood carried over in the book? Um, remember the time period. I'm hoping that they actually search this up because search it beforehand because the time period is completely bonkers, and if they don't understand that, then they're dead basically. Let me just get more space because the time bonkers when let's just say that there isn't much rights for women in this time period. Um, think that's good. So the theme of woman who carries over to the book. Remember the time period. Yes, a because the time period was like the suckiest place ever for women's etiquette. Okay, so and then not to mention that they had to move over to blah blah blah. You know, let's make it. Um, women had less freedom of I don't know movement. Um, and was restricted to certain activities. But that's like generic. The problem I'm having with this is like a lot of books have it, like the Scarlet, I forgot, Scarf had that theme of some womanhood. There's actually a pretty number of books that have that. I'm not sure if I want to do that now. You know what? I actually don't like this. Unless I have a creative idea later on, I'm gonna delete it for now and say I'm gonna instead go link with this one. So what is the play? Oh my god, that actually gives it away. Although number one, okay, what play does? I'm gonna make it tricky because people that didn't read. Oh well, that's good. Tom read. So, play this. Tom choose. I mean, that's not what I really wanted, although. Because no, that if I choose where it is, that's automatically given. So instead of choosing that, what play was finally chosen? Um, because if I link it with Tom and say where is it, I already gave them the answer. Why would I ever do that? That doesn't make sense. So let me look at my book. Where I mean the book online. So wait a second. Yeah, Lover's Vow. Right. So Lover's Vow. Let me look at all the other plays they chose. Actually, I have a better idea. So let's see. If I chose, and then I'm gonna change the entire question, so don't worry about it. So comedy, um, seriousness. I believe it's serious, right? I'll double check that. Seriousness. Okay. I think there's one more. Let me check the book again. Tragedy. Tragedy. That was it. I was thinking in my head, like, what was it again? I think it was like tragedy. They wanted one half wanted tragedy, and one other half wanted the other thing. So I was thinking, what were our two again? Okay, so, uh, and then I'll say lovers vow. In that case, I'm plus what did the fecal, I believe the fecal or something, they like, what would be nice. I think the I don't know, I think fickleness is actually good. Fickle. Plus, what did the fickle-minded people actually? Um, need? All right, most people weren't happy. Like there was still that Julia thing, I think, or someone like that. I don't know. I think it was like Julia. If I'm not correct, it's Julia that that continuously refused to participate. I'll just write it here. Julia was the odd woman out, I guess. I think that'll work. All right, so comedy. So, uh, I guess I should restructure it. Like Lover's Vow should be first, but it wouldn't matter. I just want all the threes in. So let's see. Um, um. If I'm not correct, the other half wanted that, but I'm pretty sure there was something about love too. So yeah, Lover's Vow, love. It could work, but I'm pretty sure there was like literally a statement somewhere that said half, half, half. So um, uh, I should make a hint here. Hint like um, it is something that half the people and the other half needed in the play for it to actually be considered. Oh my god, this is so specific. Well, I need something that's similar to tragedy or maybe comedy. All right, funny then. You know, funny. It's a simile. Yeah, it's a similar word. So I would say that's totally the answer. If it wasn't for love, love is kind of is, but and then I'll add lover's vow because I really don't care about this anymore because I can't find the other um play that there was like few plays they thought about. I think there's three. If I'm not correct, they thought of three plays and they just denied two of them or something. But I can't remember. I can't remember. So how about ignorance later? And then another word for comical. 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 I think then you know what? Let's just be a huge fool and I think let's just figure out at least one of them that's super silly. I think E should be it, but I think I'm gonna make D the silly one and say ice cream. I don't know why someone would choose this and cake. Yeah, ice cream. No, that's just dumb. Dogs. Uh, you know what? Yeah, sure, why not? Why would this be here? Um, Cats and dogs. What a beautiful combination. And let's put animals. I mean, no. Why don't we just put the zoo story? And actually, technically speaking, this is not about actual dogs and animals. It's about two men actually talking to each other. It's actually a short to play. Love it. You want to check it out? Go ahead. It's actually a good one. Yeah. So actually, this is an actual play, so I can actually make something out of it. Two men. Uh, theme. Uh, I don't want to actually say this. It's actually a really controversial one, I think, because the end they talk about being a, you know, you if you read it, you know. But anyways, love. There was love there. I can tell that. Two men, yes, and love. And I'm not lying this time. So, so, hmm. Now next one, I want. Okay, let's actually look for the actual. All right, actually, we won't. So, couple ideas. Yeah, maybe that one. No. All right. There's also rules. They also debated on rules. I should have voted that in the first problem. Like that would be perfect because there's already one about that. Anyway, I would think cast uh tragedy. What's another thing you could write about tragedy? Terror. Terror. Uh, right. Terror. Um, Madness. Um, you know what? Funny again. Hey, two funnies in a row. It's actually really logical to think that one of them is. And you know what? Funny story. Just because I want to say that's not what I wanted. Now, part three, what do I actually want to put in there? For part three, I don't know. Let me think. Alright, next one. Which family member is wealthy? That's the uncle. That's so obvious. No, 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 no. What do I actually want here? Oh, let's think. Huh. So what's the that's the dumbest thing I think of. Oh, it looks like I have to actually go, so I'm gonna make this part one and part two. So this is part one of volume one, which is great. Okay, bye bye.